There's a growing number of people online that are peddling this concept of the $100,000 easy life. And it's, make a simple, easy $100K a year online, and you've got no employees, no one to manage. Your schedule, your calendar is completely free. You've got absolute autonomy, and you've got all the resources that you need to live the life of your dreams. I'm telling you, it's bullshit. Hey, what's up? I'm Ray Green, former executive turned nomad entrepreneur, and I've seen a lot of content lately about people that are peddling this concept of the easy $100,000 a year online in a simple business with one person, no one to manage, complete freedom with your schedule, absolute autonomy. You don't answer to anyone, and you've got all the resources that you want to take care of your family and do all the things that you want in life. And it is bullshit. This actually popped up on a LinkedIn post of my own the other day, and it said 7 things that are keeping you from hitting 7 figures as an entrepreneur or business online. And somebody commented and said, I just want to add that there's nothing wrong with building a $100,000 a year solopreneur business and intentionally keeping your business within the constraints of managing it as one person. Many people, myself included, don't need millions to be happy, just enough to provide a comfortable life and all the experiences that we want for our family. And listen, I'll tell you, I respect the idea of it. It's not that you need millions to keep you happy. It's not that the millions of dollars will actually make you happy. It's not about that. So I understand the underlying message, but there's really 3 reasons that I think that this whole concept is wrong. And the first is $100,000 a year is not enough to actually afford all of the comforts that you want in life, at least not for me. I'm a single income family, meaning I'm responsible for generating all the money that's necessary to take care of my family. And we've got 2 kids, got my wife, we've got 3 dogs. And the thing is, we live in Mexico, and $100,000 a year would not come close to affording us all the comforts that we want in life. And we're not talking about, we need to live lavishly, right, to do this. I'm talking about, a bowl of Chipotle with double meat costs like $20, right, to eat. The price of everything is going through the roof. The price of housing, the price of insurance, the price of education, things are skyrocketing in expenses, and $100,000 a year just isn't what it used to be. Back in the 90s, the 6-figure limit was the thing to hit. But now I talk to people that are making $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 that are single, living in apartments, again, not living lavishly. And you look at their books and they're living paycheck to paycheck. There really just isn't that much left over. So when you're building a business and you're building a business to help you afford all the things that you want in life, I would encourage you to step back and say, is $100,000 really it? Is it really going to be sufficient to help you get everything that you want? Now, is that me speaking from a position of privilege? Perhaps, but I've been in sales for over 20 years. I've been making $100,000 a year for quite a while. And I've had the opportunity to see what that's done, how much value has been eroded from the $100,000 limit over the course of 10, 15, 20 years. $100,000 a year just isn't what it used to be. And if you're gonna build a business to reach that income threshold, I'm telling you, there's a lot easier ways to go make $100,000. And the second reason is, it stems from a fallacy. It stems from the idea that big is bad and small is good. I've had of my own and run various sizes of businesses. Our business today, the consulting and the coaching business, is now a multi-million-dollar business, but it didn't start that way. It started as a 6-figure solopreneur version of that thing where I was consulting, I was coaching, I was doing virtually everything as a one-man band. I've also run multiple 7-figure businesses and 8-figure businesses. And here's the thing, the bigger my business gets as we cross the 7-figure threshold, the freer I get as a founder. And here's why. The bigger the business gets, the more money I have to buy back my time. So when I reach a certain threshold, I can now hire a VA to get some support. I can hire some content specialists. I can hire some people to build me systems. I can start paying for ads instead of having to work my ass off to get organic content the reach that it needs to get me the demand that I need. I can start paying for ads and paying for sponsorships. And none of that is really possible if you don't have enough money. If you're running a $100,000 a year, 1-person business, you're basically stuck doing everything. And the people that you can't afford, frankly, aren't gonna be the best people to actually help you. And you'll find yourself hiring people that actually require more work than it would have to just do it yourself. That's why I think the whole small is good, big is bad mindset is just completely wrong. Dan Sullivan, the strategic coach, he's a business coach, has a book called 10X is easier than 2X. And it is. It is for a number of reasons. There's a whole book about it. Go ahead and grab it. When you're trying to keep it small, you're playing a small game. like intentionally. You're not looking for the big breakthroughs that actually make things easier in your business. Because as you climb that ladder, you understand I've now got resources to be strategic, to allocate, that make my life as a founder easier. And if I do things correctly, what I'm going to be able to do is build a machine that can operate autonomously without me. I think this $100,000 a year mindset actually stems from, one, the idea that smaller is easier, and it's not. Like, the hardest time in my business was the initial grind, was getting to $10,000 a month, selling services, selling coaching, selling consulting. Like, that was the toughest part. Now generating another $10,000 a month is a hell of a lot easier than it was generating $10,000 a month at the beginning. Smaller is not necessarily easier. Smaller is oftentimes harder. The other thing that it comes from is insecurity. Right? Like, a lot of founders just don't really, truly, deep down believe that they are capable of building $1 million business. So they tell themselves, I'm just going to keep it small, because the best way to not lose is to not really play. Right? So I get to always feel like I never really didn't make it because I never really tried. I tried to keep it really small. I didn't swing for it and miss. I just never really tried. And a lot of people are just masking an insecurity when they say, I'm just going to keep things really small here. Which brings me to the third point. The vast majority of people that are selling that idea haven't done it. What they're doing is they're using that platform as the means to accomplish that goal. They're saying it in the hopes that you'll buy whatever they're selling so that they can achieve it themselves. Neil Patel, the famous marketer, just did a study on this. It's like 5,000 influencers that they interviewed, and the average income of the 5,000 plus influencers that they interviewed was $323.19. That is what the average influencer online is making right now. Like, the people that you might be listening to on Instagram or on LinkedIn or on YouTube aren't making money themselves. Like, their goal is to make money by selling you stuff about making money. There are actually 3 ways to actually know something. One of them is theory. Like, it's theoretical. Like, this is a teacher in a classroom. Haven't actually done it, read a lot of books, maybe a consultant, fresh out of college, hasn't really built a business. There's a lot of intelligence there, but there's not real wisdom because they haven't actually done it. The other is witness, right? Like, they've witnessed somebody do the thing. So they have more information than somebody who's only learned through theory because they understand the context of some of the decisions. They got to see and witness the sequence of events that often happen. So that's better, but it's not quite the same as the third, which is application, right? Like, they have actually applied it. They have actually taken what they are talking about. They have put it to use. It has been battle tested and they know what they're talking about. Those are the 3 ways that you can know something. You don't want to be taking advice from somebody who only knows it in theory. You want to be taking advice from people who have actually applied what they are talking about. So the next time that you think, you know what, maybe I just want to build a really simple, very low work, $100,000 a year that's going to afford me all the freedoms that I want in life and give me the ultimate freedom that I really want, I would encourage you to ask, first of all, is that really enough? Is that really the life that you want? And is it going to afford you everything that you think it's going to? Is it really going to be easier to build this little tiny business? And third, has the person that you're listening to actually done it themselves? Hopefully this has been helpful for you in thinking through what kind of business do you want and what do you want it to actually deliver for you, and how can you filter the information that you're getting online? If it was, feel free to subscribe to the channel for more business tips, and I really appreciate your time watching this. Adios.